Am I the asshole for throwing a dirty little family secret in my mom's face? There is a family secret that has been hidden for the last decade. It strained my relationship with my mom significantly. While my dad was still alive, she was having an affair with my uncle. My dad got into an accident and passed away, and before the funeral even happened, my mom had moved my uncle in, pretending to extended family that he was there to help us. A couple of weeks after the funeral, everyone else found out and they are estranged from my mom and uncle now. My mom was pregnant during all this, and it was very hard as a 7-year-old to accept what was happening. My mom and uncle got married before their daughter was born, and since then they've had a son. My relationship with my mom and uncle is not great. It has sucked living with them and seeing their happy ever after play out after what they did. Not even just to my dad, but to me. My mom has always gotten up my butt about my attitude toward her and her husband, and I have always tried to ignore it for the most part. But the other night she and I got into a fight when their daughter asked why I didn't like her parents, and I told her to ask them. My mom said it was like telling them there was something they should know. I told her she was the one who fucked her husband's brother, moved him in when he died while having a kid in the house, and then telling the kid to lie about it so the funeral could pass and she could get money from her in-laws instead of being cut off. I told her she was a disgusting person and I couldn't wait to move out in a few months. Am I the asshole? My dad died in a workplace accident. My mom and uncle were kissing in front of me the day he died, so the affair started before. It's also not really an affair if he had been gone. Still fucked up to do it in front of me, but still. I am my dad's only child. Both kids are my uncle's. I have contact with my extended family behind my mom's back. She and my uncle are completely cut off from both maternal and paternal families. Once I can, and with the advice of some comments this might be sooner than expected, I'll be getting the hell out of this house and they will never see me again. I don't give a shit. My mom and uncle are cut off from the second I leave, and I will be free. Not the asshole. Your mother may want to lie to her daughter, but she can't force you to get on board with it. Not the asshole. Mom played a dumb game and won her prize in the form of an estranged family. If she's worried about what her new children will think of her, then she shouldn't have acted disreputably in the first place. Not the asshole. Hamlet set the bar on this, so as long as nobody is poisoned and/or stabbed, you're cool. Not the asshole. My mom said it was like telling them there was something they should know. Because there is? She definitely would prefer the information coming from herself than you, I'd bet. You were doing her a courtesy by deflecting the question. Info, is your name Hamlet? Edit. Not the asshole, that situation is FCKED up. Do your brother and sister genuinely not know that your dad and theirs were brothers? My God, how awful for you. Not the asshole. I hope you can move soon. Not the asshole, your mom made her bed, she's gonna have to sleep in it now. Also, I feel bad for you, that secret has probably been taking a toll on you. Also, she can lie to whoever she wants, but you don't have to. You can tell everyone it's not your fault she cheated. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your mom moving your uncle in so soon after your dad's passing was selfish and insensitive, to say the least. You did nothing but tell the truth, and you've got a right to be angry at her. Have you tried moving in with other relatives? Just because they have cut ties with your mom shouldn't cut you off as well. Or have you thought about emancipation? Not the asshole. Someone asked a question, you answered. Not your fault. The response was devastating. Did your mom and uncle kill your dad? NTA. Those were the consequences of her choices, and she needs to understand that her choices have lasting effects. Not the asshole. But I would reconsider how you talk about your sister and brother. You call them, their daughter, and, their son. But they're your siblings. They had no part in what your mom did. They're innocent in this, and estranging yourself from them is only gonna hurt you. Maybe you don't like your mom, and that's totally understandable. But your brother and sister can bring more love into your life. Also, you should definitely go to therapy. You're carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders. Not the asshole. Your mom made poor choices and now she has to live with them. That poor daughter though. None of this is her fault. I told her she was the one who fucked her husband's brother, moved him in when he died while having a kid in the house, and then telling the kid to lie about it so the funeral could pass and she could get money from her in-laws instead of being cut off. I told her she was a disgusting person and I couldn't wait to move out in a few months. Seems like a fair assessment. Though they're not half siblings, what? 3/4 siblings I guess don't feel like working out the math, aren't likely to be as bothered. It wasn't their father that was cheated on, but an uncle they never knew. When you move out, you should get some therapy. You've been carrying a lot of anger for a long time and that can affect your other relationships. Not the asshole. Op. Not the asshole. While she may lie to her children, it does not mean that they are going to be so willing to go along with it. And the fact that the rest of her extended family have pulled away, should be a bigger sign than what she knows. You are correct in your answer, you are not telling the child what is wrong, but who to talk to get answers from. Not the asshole, but I think you would really benefit from speaking to a professional about the anger you hold towards her, rightfully so. Not because you have to forgive her but because you've definitely experienced some trauma and it helps to talk it out. You're still handling this better than I ever would, Op. Not the asshole. This is some straight up Hamlet shit, my dude. So the daughter and son are your half-sister, brother, cousin. Wowee. Not the asshole. Totally messed up situation for an adult to get their head round, let alone a small child. Not the asshole. It's unfair and insensitive of your mother to expect you to suppress your feelings and lie in order to protect her facades. Not the asshole. NTA, you are not responsible for their lie. Nor are you obligated to protect their lie from their children. They need to own the consequences. You were forced to lie for them and that is reprehensible. Despite what others are claiming, you have no ethical obligation to protect them when they never considered you or how their happiness was an insult to you or how them forcing you to lie about when and how their relationship began would impact you. Not the asshole. I'm sorry you've had to live with them for as long as you have. Not the asshole. Wish your grandparents knew the truth about their dill. Not the asshole. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Not the asshole. She can keep up her lie, but you aren't obligated to. I can't even imagine going through a scenario like this. And yet for some reason your mom wants you to act nice towards her and your uncle, as if the whole situation isn't completely FD up. P.S. I've probably watched too many crime shows, but are you sure what happened to your father was an accident? The whole thing just seems very suspicious to me. This sounds just like Hamlet JFC. Not the asshole all the way. I am so sorry for your loss and I hope you get out soon and safely so your life can actually begin. The truth hurts, but playing blind, dead and dumb doesn't exclude you from the fire. Not the asshole. I think you need a trained professional to help you through this. You need to grieve properly. It's very clear you have not. These types of resentments will suffocate you. Please get a therapist. Not the asshole. You are under no obligation to hide your mother's dirty secrets for her. You simply told your sister, cousin to talk to her parents. Though I am sure they won't tell her or her brother the reason. So be prepared if you want to tell them why when they are old enough you'll understand. Not the asshole. Also, it's a good thing you aren't punishing the kids for the parents' mistakes, they really wouldn't deserve that. When she's old enough, maybe you could be the one to explain it though, because it doesn't seem like your mom will want to do it. The only thing that bothers me is how you seem to have distanced yourself from your little sister. Their child, her parents. She's your sister, and she's as innocent in all this drama as you. Don't punish her for their behavior. And don't punish yourself by potentially missing out on a great relationship with her. Also, do you know for sure she isn't your dad's kid? You said your mom was pregnant at the funeral. I know she was sleeping with your uncle at the time, but it's also highly likely she was still sleeping with your dad, too. Either way, try not to punish your sister simply for being born under an ill moon. Not the asshole. My heart breaks for you in losing your father. Your mother and uncle seem like horrible people to shack up within days of your father passing away. Check out our Just Know family. You might be able to find some support there and resources. While you showed restraint. I would have just told the kid the whole thing with a poker face instead of hinting at it. Your mom clearly has failed to prioritize you, her child, or even treat you like a human being with thoughts and feelings. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. If somebody doesn't want the fact that they were a bad person thrown in their face, they probably shouldn't do things that would make others consider them a bad person. Not the asshole. I am sorry for the loss of your father. NTA. However, it bugs me that you called your sister cousin, their child. It sounds like you're harboring some resentment toward her. That's not right. Your sister cousin didn't do anything wrong and your negative actions toward her could negatively impact her self-esteem. I think you should talk with her and tell her that you aren't mad at her and that you love her. After all, she is your sister. And your cousin. Your mom was an asshole for cheating on your dad, and doing it with his brother, and doing it in front of you as a kid. Now you're being an asshole, but I think it's because you blame uncle/stepdad for your father's death. You have only one parent left. Work it out while you can, if not for yourself, for your cousin-sister's sake. I probably need to do an Am I the Asshole after this reply, but I'm speaking as someone whose dad is currently dating his great-aunt. Not the asshole. What does she think? That if you say nothing, she will never know. Everyone knows now except the daughter. Not the asshole. Sorry that your mom chose a disgusting path to go down. How old are you? And how is your mother towards you? Have they ignored you after having their new family? Not the asshole. If your mom didn't want her dirty secrets getting out, then maybe she shouldn't have cheated with your father's brother and then moved him in before your father's body was even cold. Info: has the ghost of your father told you how your uncle murdered him yet? Not the asshole, and you have my sympathies. I've been in a very similar situation. My mum died when I was 13, and within weeks dad started going out with her sister, then shortly moved her in. I didn't take it well, and they did marry, but not until I left home at 16. That's not an easy situation to deal with when you're grieving for a lost parent. Can't blame you at all for letting rip. Not the asshole are raised by narcissists. Edit. You're gonna wanna read some posts there. Be good to yourself first. I'm awful sorry about your mess, but you'll get free of it. Good luck. Not the asshole, but I'd caution you against being so blunt until you have a solidified plan and enough money to move out. Not the asshole. Some things are unforgivable. Personally, I would ingratiate myself to them to try and get money from them, and once I had it, I'd leave after telling their other kids what pieces of garbage their parents are and telling them when their parents deny it, ask why nobody in the family will have anything to do with them. I remember reading this the first time when it was called Hamlet. Not the asshole. This isn't a case of, their personal life is none of your business, but one where the actions of your own parent and uncle damaging your childhood and betrayed your loving father and asking you to lie and then acting surprised that you don't exactly have a good attitude with them. You were hurt, you internalized it and it affected you badly, and now you let it out because they should know it's more than some rebellious teenager phase. Not the asshole. She has to deal with the consequences of her actions. What she did to you was traumatic.